Hey guys, Rilhon here. Welcome back to another episode of the shipbuilding tutorial series. Today we're going to get started on the conversion process from Olympic into Titanic and Britannic. So let's get right into it. The first thing you want to do is to enclose the forward section of the A-deck promenade. This was enclosed on Titanic because she didn't have a B-deck promenade like Olympic did. So White Star Line decided that they wanted to enclose this section here so passengers could get a little bit of enclosed promenade space. So that goes from this point here all the way back to, actually I measured this, it is, for me at least, 71 blocks. There we go, that's perfect. We can actually do that, so it's even. Then we do something like that, and then we just enclose this. Replace smooth quartz. Oops. Do this instead, there we go. Let's grab some glass and do that there as well. And then just place some windows all the way back. If you're wondering how I can remove blocks and place them at the same time, I press the left and right mouse buttons at the exact same time. Apparently some people didn't know that. It's apparently been a thing from the very beginning. But it's not really something that's like advertised anywhere, so I can understand why. Let's just mirror this to the other side. There we go. Also, this should be a little bit further back. I did a mistake here. There should be 3 of these pillars. So something like that, maybe. That's a bit better. So it's real quick to do that on this side as well. There we go. That's the forward promenade. Now there were many changes on B deck as well, so we'll just do that. You want to put a wall up here, right in front of the windows basically. So behind or after this point there were cabins. And there would have been a very different window layout as well, but that's kind of hard to represent in this scale, so I'm not gonna leave that like it is for now, and then you can make it more accurate if you choose. Yeah, walls there, and then we also have here in the stern, this open promenade here for second class was made much shorter, and it went to about here, so we'll do that. Here we go. Grab this all the way back. Actually, we can stack this. 7, 11 maybe. Here was the restaurant. It was extended out a lot. You can see it. This section here was the restaurant. It was extended out. It had also had some very interesting, or not interesting, but different window arrangements again, so do go ahead and look that up, how it looked. Bob Red's plans again, I mentioned that in the last episode. They're very good for that. You can see exactly the window arrangement. But yeah, it stopped around there. Then we're gonna do the same on the other side. Of course the restaurant, that's the wrong deck. Of course the restaurant didn't extend out on this deck on Titanic. Or not this deck, but on this side on Titanic. This was instead the Café Parisien. So the windows here are actually correct. They're supposed to be evenly spaced apart. There's about 16 of them, I think. And we just put a wall up here as well. So that is now the different B deck layout. Another thing we're gonna do is replace this propeller here with 3 blades instead. So you can just do something like this here. I need a slab. Yes, thank you. There we go. Something simple like that. It's kind of hard to make 3-bladed propellers in this scale. I really struggled with these ones. The bridge ceiling was painted. The bridge roof was painted gray, like that. It looks weird here. Let's do that. Also, the bridge. It was a little bit different. Actually, let's okay. So, beginning with the officers' quarters, they were actually moved forward a bit, so about this length. This was made shorter. This little wall was extended up a bit, like this. We can room the wall in the inside here, like that. Can pull the planks over. And the same on this side. There we go. The bridge was a much more like square shape compared to Olympic's rounded shape. So we're gonna make this completely square and also pull this wall in 1 step, like this. Like that. Like this, like that. There we go. Still had that little overhang there. And one final change, you can replace the lifeboat gunwales, you know, these rims on top, with spruce instead. And that's a thing I did wrong in the tutorial. They're supposed to be painted white on Olympic, while they were brown on Titanic. So let's replace that with, oops, not wool, carpet. This will make sense in a bit. Quartz slab with spruce slab. There we go. So on Titanic or Olympic, these were white. On Titanic, they were brown. So use spruce here and use quartz and white carpet on Olympic. There's also one more thing we need to do. I only remember this after I finished the tutorial. On Titanic, I said this in a lifeboat video, of course, but one of her collapsible lifeboats was supposed to be stored up on the roof of the officers' quarters. So I'm just gonna grab that real quick. We can put it here. It's 8 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like that. And of course remove one of the boats down here. So it's just one collapsible lifeboat, the emergency cutter lifeboat, and then another set of collapsible lifeboats here up here on the roof. That should pretty much be it though, with the conversion into Titanic. So we will get into the Britannic conversion process, which will be considerably more. So let's get right into that. Alright, so we're going to begin with converting Britannic to her ocean liner appearance, or how she would have looked. And then we're going to move on to converting her into her hospital ship appearance. So the first thing we want to do is we want to remove these walls again and go all the way back here to this little entrance into the grand staircase. We want to put a wall here instead. We can actually do it here to make that look better. And do the same on the other side. This is why this is because I don't really know why, because they added the promenade back in here all the way to this point. I don't really know why. It was said that this promenade was kind of deserted anyway, so weird decision in my opinion, but you know, that's what they did, so, or would have done. The next thing we're going to do is enclose the aft well deck here. So basically just put a ceiling or roof all over this space here. So let's bring this back all the way, roughly to there. And then add some pillars, like that. We can do 2 in between actually. Something like that. We could do this. I'm gonna try if this looks good. If I did this maybe? Yeah, that looks fine. Looks kinda weird, but it's fine. Bring this back to there roughly. Keep it like that for now. Remove this iron bar and this top part of the wall. Then we're going to raise this up. Let's try 5 blocks. That's 1 too high. Let's do 4 blocks. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, basically the cranes were up on this deck instead. These 2 cranes. The walls here, they were kind of square instead. You'll have to look on the deck plans for exact measurements, but yeah, they look something like this. Okay, there we go. It's kind of confusing. Let's remove this wall here. I can fill this in, because this deck was still here, like this was... It's essentially looked the same, but the third class passengers now had like a enclosed space or a ceiling above them. This goes to this point. So that's where we want to bring this back. And let's remove these riggings. This conversion process necessitates that you change a lot of the rigging. So this... Oh, that's weird. That got replaced. These 2 go back here instead. 1 block out. So you have to replace that. And we'll get to the funnel riggings later. Those are going to be very different. So just be prepared for that. These hatches are a bit different. Actually, let's move these up 4 blocks. I think that's good, yeah. And then we're going to enclose them on this deck. So let's build walls up around the hole, basically. Like that. There we go. Let me add in the wall, or not wall, but the floor. So I can do the fill command. There we go. That looks good. And let us copy this to the other side. There we go. Oh, this got messed up. That's fine. There we go. So that is the enclosed well deck. Also, if you want to do this, if you're gonna do interiors, enclose this as well. There was a larger entrance inside there for third class. There would have been doors around there. That is the well deck. Let's go ahead and add this shelter deck that Britannic had. Alright, so here are the Britannic plans. I will provide this in the description, like I said. We're going to want to go here to B deck, the bridge deck. all the way to the stern here. We want to build this section here. So, like you've done before, you want to outline this in paint.net. You already know how to do this now, I hope. So I'm not going to show it again, but yeah, you want to do that. Alright, so we want to begin here by moving the docking bridge up 1 deck, so that's 3 blocks for me. And then we want to start adding in the deck here. Like I said, for me, not just for me, but for everyone, this goes up to the cargo cranes, like this, all the way around. And it kind of sticks out a bit in front of the docking bridge here, so that's about 2 blocks for me. Goes in here a bit, we can actually extend that out, like that. Something along those lines, and then it went in a bit again, up to that point. That's about 6 blocks. Yeah, something like that. That's a basic outline. We also want this here. I went out 2 blocks on this side as well. That is 9 blocks for me. So it looked like this, the outline. Let's add in the smoke room. So third class, of course, had their smoke room moved up to this deck. So they added a deck house right underneath this shelter deck. Let's see here. It had a little bit of a strange shape. Let's see if I can try and capture that. So there's a rectangle, and it goes up to about here, and it goes in a little bit, because that is where the entrances are. Something along these lines. And then it had a tiny entrance here. Can't really represent that though in the scale again. So that'd be hard to do. Yeah, let's just bring this up. There we go. Move that, and then just add in the deck. There we go. That's the shelter deck done. Can add in the support pillars for the docking bridge. And also let's add in the pillars for the shelter deck itself on the sides here. 2 blocks in between, like the other decks. Something like that. There we go. Alright, let's move on here. Further up to superstructure, we want to remove these 2 cranes. Britannic just had the ones down there. And then we want to extend this out all the way up to this hatch, as you can see. There we go. And then also bring this hatch all the way up. This was enclosed, so there would have been 2 doors here. And it would have looked like this, basically. There we go. Another thing you should do is bring this bulkhead back a little bit, so this went all the way up to here, to this point. No, sorry, here. There we go. To bring this all the way back to here, roughly. And let me grab this. There we go. The next step is to extend this out here, to just remove this little indent in the boat deck up here. So something like this, and then the same on the other side. Right, let's add some pillars. There we go. Another thing is to extend the veranda cafe here. This needs to go back to this point. So that it needs to be flush with the wall here, basically. So, let's see here. Snoop 3. There we go. Put the wall back in. There we go. That flipped correctly, I think. I hope. Yes, that's good. And one more thing with the deck houses we're supposed to do. The smoking room, raised ceiling here. Go down to the deck below. Then you need to extend this little alcove up. Like this. And then you want to remove this one here. It's only one alcove on each side in Britannic's smoking room. Like that. And then you want to, let's see, that's 4 blocks. Let's make it symmetrical. Remove this section. Because on Britannic it wasn't, this room wasn't symmetrical. This space on A deck was occupied by a battery room. Which is basically like an auxiliary power room. If the power went out, it could be switched over and the power could be taken from that room instead. So yeah, it didn't extend up to the deck above, so it looked like this pretty much. And then on this side there was a small little kennels deck house, something like this on the side. These should be moved up a bit, or not a bit, they need to move up 1 deck, so let's move up 3. That should be enough. They did a lot of changes to the deck below on Britannic, so we need to move this up. Because they added a new staircase that leads down into the third class areas. Before they were both, one of them were here, there were 2 doors that led into a staircase, then on this side. This one remained while they removed this one, and so they added a staircase here instead. This went in a bit, as did it on this side. Smooth quartz. There was also a small deck house on the side here. I believe there was a secondary staircase. Let's use slabs. And some stone. There we go. The next change here I know is going to bother a lot of you. Not on this surface though. On Britannic they added a children's playroom here. So this section of the reading and writing room, which was here on the deck below. This alcove was removed and they added cabins here instead. And then on the deck above they added this children's playroom. Sorry, let me just... And replace this with... or do we? We replace it with stone. Aha, we can make it symmetrical again. Unlike this, you might think that this is a mistake. Goes 1 block in there, but nope. It's not a mistake. I'm so sorry. But that should pretty much be it. In terms of the major structural changes. But there's one major change left to do before we do her hospital ship appearance. And that is the lifeboats. Now Britannic of course had their iconic gantry davits, so that's what we're going to do now. The first thing we're going to do is remove all these lifeboats. So I recommend like keeping a pair of davits and a boat for later when we do the hospital ship appearance, because Britannic did have some regular davits because they didn't have time to install all of the new gantry davits. So I'm just gonna paste it over here. Oh, rip anvils. Okay, I will remove the lifeboats and I'll be right back. Alright, so I removed all the lifeboats, and I also extended the bulwark or the wall all across. That was the case on Britannic. Never mind, I didn't. I forgot to do this little part here that went in. My mistake. Alright, I did forget to do one thing up here with the deckhouses. This extended all the way over, like this on Britannic. And there was also a small little, not one to say, like, I don't know what to call this, but this was the machine room for the elevator. They added a new elevator to first class amidships here, so yeah, there's a little thing there. But yeah, let's get started on the lifeboats and the gantry davits. That's going to be interesting. Let us begin building the gantry davits. So I've marked out roughly where they're supposed to go according to the plans. I marked out how tall they were, how wide between them it was, and also added them over there as well, or marked out. So this is roughly how it's supposed to be. We'll build it up here real quick. Something like that. Right in the middle, roughly, it wasn't solid through. Let's put this in here. It looked something like this. Like I put a picture up of the gantries now, so you'll understand what I mean. Let's make this connect. Something like that, maybe. And then maybe up here as well. Right, like that. Yeah, that's good. That's what we want. Let's first build up this. Basically, this was a piston that connected to the crane itself, and that was used to push the crane out when the boats were being launched. Okay, good. We can mirror that. There we go. Lower this down one block to make it look better. And let's build up this base slightly. Make it a little bit wider. There we go. So something like that. That's how it's supposed to look. We can also make this a little bit more detailed. Wait, no, there we go. Not going too well right now. There we go. There we go, there we go. Something like this to make it look like it's hinged. Something like that. And let's flip this to the other side. I will real quick paste these in on the rest of the ship. I'll be right back. Alright, so now we have all of the gantry davits in place. We have 2 sets in the bow there. We have 4 sets here on the fore funnel. And we have 2 sets here on the shelter deck. So now we will work on putting in the motor houses for them. So they would have been placed in between them. Some of them at least. This one was. Do something like this, and with a grey ceiling to it. In these aft ones, the motor house was located here, and then another one was located here. And then the one here was actually located underneath the docking bridge, so let's build these walls up here. Something like this, basically. That's all the motor houses installed, so these ones here, and then these ones here in the stern. Also struck me that I need to fix that. There we go. So now we just need to add in the lifeboats, and that's going to be a little bit tricky because there was kind of a support structure to them. There were like 5 or 6 lifeboats within each gantry davit set, so we're gonna start that right now. Let's begin with this forward set of davits here. This was unique because this actually had a motorboat as one of the lifeboats. There were 4 in total, and I will just real quick here show you how to build the motorboat itself. So you have a regular lifeboat here. You want to bring this back all the way like this. Replace that with one that goes across, and you want a grindstone there to represent a propeller. Then bring this back to here, roughly. Put the nameplates back in the stern. Bring the tripwire hooks back. You can remove the cover and bring this back. Don't make it curve up at the stern, basically, like in this one. You then want to take some stairs, some spruce stairs, like this, and do 2 sets of them, like that. Bring them back. A slab. No, let's put a door there. There we go. And then some trapdoors on top. And another slab there, and that's pretty much it. You can also remove this stair there. That's pretty much the motorboat done. Let's add in the lifeboats. So there would have been one here, one here. No, sorry, one here and one here. So they were kind of directly beside each other, pretty much. Let's place this in here. We're gonna have to be clever, because if we choose all of them, the tripwire hooks are gonna interfere with the boats themselves. I'll show you what I mean. Put this one here. It's probably best to paste from this side, though. We can do... there we go, that's 2 boats. And let's stack this up. Perfect. Add in the tripwire hooks. And also the nameplates. And let's grab the motorboat. See, do we put it there? Let's put it 1 block out, actually. Why not? There we go. And in tripwire hooks here as well. It's one a little bit lower than the rest, so that got messed up. There we go. Nameplates, Britannic, Liverpool. Perfect. Alright, that's the forward set. Let's move on to the other ones, basically. So these ones had considerably more lifeboats. Each set actually carried 6 lifeboats in total. So we'll have one set here. Actually, there were 2 stacked. And then this station there were 3, and then this one here had 2. So they went all the way in. And then same here. Let's see here. Like that, and then here, and then here, a little bit further up. So 2 here, 3 here, and 2 here, and then the same case here. And then in this set, and then in this set of davits here on the stern, there were a total of 7 lifeboats in each davit, so 14 in total. So we have 2 lifeboats here, and another 2 here, and then we have 2 more lifeboats that were placed a little bit lower, so we have 3 stacked on top of each other. And those are all of the lifeboats in place on Britannic. Very much space here in the middle. Passengers can walk around and be free. While second class, yeah, they're not having too much fun. Third class is having great though. Can walk all over. But yes, let's go through them one more time. So we have the motorboat here in the forward set, in addition to 3 lifeboats. And then we have 2 lifeboats, 3 lifeboats, and 1 lifeboat. 2, 3, 1, and then 2, 3, 1. And notice that these ones in the middle are a little bit lower than these ones here, just to add, to make room for more, basically. I've also stacked them in each other a bit more, basically. Put them down 1 block, so it's a little bit more compact. Otherwise they're too large, and it didn't look like it did in real life, so that's what I did that way. And then here in the stern, 7 boats, so 2, 2, and 3. Something like that, basically. I think I said before that there was supposed to be 2 boats here. It's only supposed to be 1, because you can't fit more due to the funnel. And there's only 1 boat here as well in these 2 slots. There could be definitely be more boats, but there wasn't. And one more thing, we can't forget to change the middle propeller back. This one actually had 4 blades. Both Olympic and Britannic had 4 blades, but Titanic's had 3. There we go. Before we move on to convert into the hospital ship appearance of Britannic, I'm just going to do the rigging for the funnels that we removed before. So we'll do this live here. Let's do black stained glass immediately, so we don't have to replace that later. Okay, so the forward 2 lines, they went to these 2 points, basically. Let's make them connect, why not? There we go. This one went to here, for some reason, I don't know why. There wasn't really that much space that they could go, so I guess that makes sense. Then one went here. Another one went over here, roughly. And another one went here, so let's do this first, and then this one. Now for the second funnel, the first one went here, second one went here, roughly, third one went about here, fourth one roughly here, and then the fifth one here, and then the final one 6 blocks, so it went here. There we go. Let's connect this up. Right, that's the second funnel. Let's move on to the third one. The first one was here, second here, third roughly here, and then the fourth one was roughly here. Then we try to make this symmetrical. So the fifth one was there, right behind that fence, and then the final one was here. No, further back. There we go. Third funnel done. Let's move on to the final funnel. This one was a little bit weird in how they fitted the funnel falls, but yeah, let's begin here. These two sort of crossed each other like this, as you can see. So that's the forward two ones. Then we have 3 here in a row between the two gantry davits. So that is these 3 ones. There we go. Then we had this one. It connected to here. Like went almost all the way down. And then the final one also crossed with the other one. So this one went to here. Oh, sorry, that one. There we go. Did I not? No, that didn't become mirrored. That's weird. Anyway, let's flip these to the other side and I'll be right back. Alright. So that is officially the rigging done. And one more thing with Britannic here. I forgot to add in these 2 sets of emergency lifeboats on either side of this forward set of gantry davits. They were one of these traditional davits that was put on the side basically. And it looked pretty much like this. Same type of emergency lifeboat as on Titanic and Olympic. So just use that and you'll be fine. And I think that's RMS Britannic done as well. So I think it is time we move on to the hospital ship appearance. So let's get right to that. Alright, so we've officially finished Olympic, Titanic and Britannic in their intended roles. But now we're going to finish Britannic in her actual role, namely as a hospital ship. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace the black wool with smooth quartz, like this on both sides. We're also going to remove the yellow band, so we'll replace all the oak buttons, the yellow white star line band across her hull like that. Let's do that. Let's also replace the the rudder detailing here in the stern. Make that white instead. Place these trapdoors as well. That's the rudder. Now we need to replace the black color of these funnels. It's only supposed to be yellow, all of them, like all of the funnels. Or rather, the entire funnel, that's how you say it. Replace concrete with 100 or the mushroom block. Make these top parts of the fiddly pipes yellow as well. Let's remove these flags. White star line flag as well. You can keep that one because that was used. We'll replace the orange on the masts with yellow. Very good. There is orange terracotta with 100. And we also replace the stairs, of course. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a green hospital ship band around the hull. So that just make sure that follows the shear as well. So let's replace the smooth quartz, green terracotta. Goes to the bow as well here. There we go. Let's make that go all the way to the stern as well. goes to here. And then it goes up one more to there. Now I'm going to flip that to the other side. Alright, so that should be on both sides now. Very good. Let us add in the red crosses. So the forward one goes here, so that's right in front of the forward mast. That's the middle. And it goes out to the sides. Like this, and then remove the two terracottas right next to it, so we have like a space in between. So that's the forward one. Then we're gonna do the middle one. That's just about here, so do right next to this support beam. Go down, place the middle, then the sides. So that is here. Roughly the middle, or a little bit like after the middle of the enclosed promenade. Like that. And that's the red crosses flipped as well. There are also two red crosses up on the boat deck. They were placed like so. So a little bit in front of the grand staircase. I just remembered I forgot to add in the elevator deckhouse machinery, but we'll do that later. That one there. Let's do that on the other side as well. And then the second one is supposed to be here. Right in front of this gantry davit here, so between them. There we go. And next we will remove this set of gantry davits. On Britannic there were only 5 of them that they had time to install. This one was installed, and then those 4 there was installed. Not one on the stern either, so we're gonna remove this one. There we go. Let's see. Bring that over there. There we go. Very empty here now. Let's go to the stern and do the same. Because that's where we're going to replace these with some regular lifeboats. And make sure you remove one of the motor houses as well. You keep one of them though. I don't know why this was here. I guess it was that they were in the process of installing the machinery, but then they didn't have time. That's probably how it went. But this was probably used for like a store for some stuff, I guess. Next, we're going to add the lifeboats here in the middle. On Britannic, they added some regular lifeboats here to compensate for the lost gantry davits. So we are going to remove the rigging here again. I'm really sorry. Alright, so you want 6 lifeboats in total. They went roughly from where the grand staircase deckhouse went from, all the way over here to the engineer's quarters deckhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats. So let's add those in. Alright, so that's one set done. You want them to be swung out like this, like I did on the Titanic and Olympic's emergency lifeboat. So just copy that over. The lifeboats themselves are the same, they're 9 blocks long. But the gunwales, the rims on top, they're painted green, so you can do a warped wood, warped slab and warped trapdoor. Then also put a collapsible lifeboat underneath it. Don't put any covers on them because they were meant to be able to launch very quickly. So that is all of the midships lifeboats done. Look like this from above. And that's the stern boats in place as well. So those are all the lifeboats done. We are going to put in the morgue. Yeah, yes, Britannic actually had a morgue. And let's put on a grey roof. There we go. I'm gonna add in the elevator gear house. So this applies to the regular Britannic as well. I'm gonna copy this over to that one. Can add that in there. There we go. Something simple like that. Boop. And for the Britannic, for the hospital ship appearance, we're gonna replace all of these vents up here on top of these deck houses with kind of yellow color. So I'll be right back. So something like this. Don't do these ones, but do the rest basically. That one as well. And next we will do the rigging again for these two middle funnels. So it's basically the same places as before, but they're moved in a bit. So let's just do that real quick here. This one is up here on the deck house. Let's paint, there we go. This one is here. There we go. This one goes there. This one goes to there. This one goes to here. And then this one goes to here. And then with this one, first one, second one, and third one, fourth one, fifth one goes there, and then the final one goes to here. Let's flip this real quick. Next, we will take this motorboat and move it. Oops. All the way back to this aft set of gantry davits. Paste -E, -A. There we go. And the same on the other side. The reason they were back here is they needed two motorboats on either side, and if they had one here, they had to put the other one back there, and it'd be asymmetrical, and oh no, we cannot have that, so yeah, that's what I did this way. It's very important that ships not be asymmetrical. I wish they took that advice, Harlan and Wolf, but they didn't. Anyway, let's do one more thing here. We're gonna go to the forward mast. Then we're gonna go up here, right above this piece of rigging here. Gonna go out a bit. Go out 6 blocks on either side. And that's pretty much that. Actually, let's do 5. I think that's enough. There we go. And then there could be a flag hung from that. I can do that actually. The Red Cross flag. Kind of hard to represent, but yeah, you get the gist. Make it flap in the wind, why not? Alright, so that should pretty much be it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I don't know what I'll do for the next part of the series yet. I will probably branch out into other ships. We'll see what I do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And all of these episodes up to this point, I really appreciate it. It's really blown up, so I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.